Alright guys, I'm going to be doing a deck profile on one of my most favorite decks that I've played, my Cyber Dragon deck. Now, this deck differs from most other Cyber Dragon builds. Some other Cyber Dragon builds are mainly OTK based with Twin and Power Bond and whatnot. I prefer to just swarm the field with Network and just take him down one by one that way. So your main goal with this deck is to try to get core on the field, search out your network, get your networks on the field as quickly as possible, and banish what you can, while also recycling from your graveyard and your pretty much your graveyard and your field to get network. So starting off, we got the basic 3 Cyber Dragons. Have to have them. You have Core. Core is one of the best Cyber Dragons, despite his low attack. He can't be bottomless, which is great, with only 400 attack. I usually normal summon the Core, get the network to my hand, set the network, activate the network. You get as many Cyber Dragons banished off as quickly as possible, get those things on the field to swarm. You got your nice little OTK set up that way. Another nice thing about him is on your first turn, you normal summon him, you set the network, set something else, let's say Core gets destroyed. Your next turn you get to banish him from the graveyard and special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck, which is very nice. So, always have to play network. Dry. I run 3 dry. The thing about dry is whenever he's banished, you get to target one Cyber Dragon on the field. They can't be destroyed by spell or trap cards this turn. Also, when he's normal summoned, all Cyber Dragons you control become level 5, allowing you to pull Nova out or any other generic rank 5 that you really want to pull. And he's level 4, so you've got some great Xyz material if you really want it. Despite hating this, I play 3's Y. I find that late game, 2 or 3 networks in, I'm running out of monsters in my deck, so I added the 3's Y just for Xyz fodder, whatever I want to actually use it for. Power Bond, if I actually decide to use one Power Bond. Valley, I run 2 Valley. 3 I feel gets a little cloggy. Valley's pretty much my main draw engine. He's nice to have for good defense. Larva, I run 2 Larva. I don't like 3 because I always draw into 1, and that I feel like that just kills the point of Larva. He's saved me so much. I can't even. Yeah, he's really great for us, and I can use him to pull a rank 1 if I really need to. Cyber Dinosaur. I run 2 Dinosaur. Dinosaur is great. Your opponent likes a special summon from their hand often, and he's a great level 7 for any rank 7s. If you can banish him with network and pull him onto the field, pull 2 of these, you got 2 2500 attack monsters, or you can just overlay them for rank 7, which is nice. 1 Armored Cyber, if my opponent ever gets a monster with too much attack, I just kind of put that to a Cyber Dragon and blow it up. Cyber Altanen, I run 2. I feel like 1 isn't enough. Like early game, you can use Altanen to get a 2-3 monsters from your field graveyard into the banish zone, then use network to pull them back next turn, turn after next, which is, it really just recycles itself. Plus you get a monster with 1500, 2000 attack on the field. He sends all your opponent's monsters to the graveyard, which can really be a game changer. I run 1 Honest. They think they can run over my Core. I just throw an Honest, whatever. 2 MSTs. 3 gets a little bit cloggy, and it's nice to have a 1-for-1. Just blow up one of their cards. Sometimes you get a plus off of it, but rarely. Evolution Burst. You have to have this. I play 2. 3 again gets a little cloggy, and I use it just to pop any one of my opponent's monsters, spells, traps, whatever. Just pop a card on the field. I run 3 Repair Plant. Repair Plant's really good for recycling and searching, especially searching for Altanen. If I already have a network on the field, one in my hand, I'll use core to pull repair plant to my hand. If I have a cyber dragon in my graveyard, you can add one light machine type monster from your deck to your hand, and then shuffle a cyber. If you have 3 cyber dragons in your graveyard, you get to shuffle a cyber dragon from your graveyard to your deck, which helps recycle a lot for network. I use 1 overload fusion. I like this card. Getting Chimera Tech Overdragon on the field is really nice because he has enough attack to run over almost anything my opponent has, middle late game, and it really helps recycle for network, so I don't have to banish all my stuff from my deck. Power Bond. I don't use 3 Power Bonds. I use 2, and I feel like I'm drawing one every turn. It just gets sickening. I can't stand it. And my luck, my opponent literally always has a magic cylinder set, threatening or whatever, so I end up taking damage. I don't get that OTK. So, limiter removal, just in case I need some defense or if I'm going for game. Dark Hole, blow up everything they have. Book of Moon, I kind of consider this a trap, just set something they have, helps a lot. Network. This is the main trap card of the deck. Gotta run 3 network. The only downside to network is you can't conduct your battle phase, and all your spells and traps get blown up whenever this goes. So you want to make sure you don't set too many spells and traps right off. Set the network, maybe set a Book of Moon or something, bottomless, whatever, and try to save yourself some cards, otherwise you can get a horrible minus from this thing. I run 2 traps done, just to negate what my opponent's doing, swing for game, whatever I'm gonna do with it. 1 bottomless, gotta have a bottomless. Solemn, pretty much just negate what my opponent's gonna try to do. Compulsory for any heavy Ixies that get on the field. I run a Mirror Force. It's shiny, and I only have 1, so I figured why not just throw it in this deck. I enjoy it. And then I run 2-dimensional prisons. They came in the structure deck, and I like banishing everything my opponent does. From there, we're then going to look at the extra deck. Now, the main extra deck card that we're going to look at is Nova. I don't run too many more. I don't actually play too many more. Nova is 2 level 5 machine type monsters, so 2 Cyber Dragons, or with Dry, you can use Dry in a core, or Dry in Cyber Dragon, whatever. Get him on the field. If he's destroyed by a card effect, I just bring out a great machine monster. You can banish a Cyber Dragon, double his attack. It's great. This stupid thing I traded with my friends. It's 3 level 5 monsters, and it's got 3,000 attack, so I figured why not. Gear Gigant X. I use him mainly for recycling. If I'm pulling network and I get 2 Ys onto the field, I usually pull this thing and use him to pull a core back to my hand from my graveyard, or do whatever I want to do. Search out my deck. He's a nice little thing to have. Shimoji Soldier, I use this mainly for Larva. He's good to an extent. I mean, you get 1,000 life points. Each player gets 1,000 life points. Each player gets to draw a card, whatever. But if I'm really low on life points and I need those life points, I'm going to try to pull this thing and get something back. Barbroid. This is my go-to card if Network gets, or Nova gets destroyed by a card effect. 4,000 attack, 10 stars. He's purpley. Makes my opponent crap themselves. Basically, if he destroys a monster by battle, they take 1,000 life point damage on top of what they would have taken with it. He can't attack directly, which sucks, but he can make 2 attacks during the battle phase, which is really, really nice. You got that twin effect. You got multiple effects other than twin. It's really nice to have. 2 twin. If I pull Power Bond and I pull Nova at the same time, Nova's effect, pull 1, I don't have a Barbroid, then whatever, I'll just pull this thing and all will be something good. But yeah, I don't use too many Power Bond because my opponent has a Magic Cylinder. Chimera Tech Overdragon, mainly for Overload Fusion. Actually, that's the only way I can get him on the field, Overload Fusion. He can attack your monsters up to the number of materials that were used for his Ixie summon, or not Ixie Summon, but his Fusion Summon, God. So I can use him to attack opponent's monsters 2, 3, 4 times when he has a massive attack that can really hurt them. Some generic rank 4s, these things mostly suck. If you have Silent Arc, I would put a Silent Arc in here. I don't, however, because I have no money for cards. Sky Pegasus, Roach is good if your opponent likes to special summon a lot of level 5s and that stops their deck. 2 Maestroke. Maestroke, I have to add 2. It's just gotten me out of so many jams, I can't even tell you. Black Ship of Corn. You know, get rid of one of their monsters. Maybe use Twin to attack them directly, but they still take 1,000 life point damage. And I get to destroy one of their monsters that has 2100 or less attack. Well, actually, it's not destroyed, it's sent to the graveyard. And then this is my only rank 7 that I have, this horrible Tomahawk that came in Primal Origins. I mean, it's alright. I mean, 3000 defense. I mean, there's not too much that can run over that. It is what it is. I mean, I guess I can always use the tokens for synchroing if I had a tuner, but I don't have any tuners, so this thing just... it fills up my extra deck, so it makes it look like I have a lot of stuff. So that's about all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little deck profile. If you have any comments, concerns, any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will answer them. Have a good one.